And we're rolling. What's up, my party people? It's your boy Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, or exclusively known on this podcast as your big homie, Big D. Back again for episode, I'm pretty sure 13 of the Positivity Hour. Now I'm not. And now I'm not gonna lie, I still gotta figure out what we're gonna talk about, but you already know that because it's in the title. So until I figure that out, I'm gonna drink this water. I'm gonna spill a lot of it on me for all of you who are watching, for whoever's listening. I'm wet right now. And we're just gonna get into it. So I'm actually posting a YouTube video today about me like riding my boosted board around. It's actually right here charging. It's slightly off screen, and I made a little quick edit real quick and decided to, do something a little spicy. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll make sure to throw a card right here, and you should check it out. But until then, we're gonna talk about the Dash Boys, or technically, because their name is not the Dash Boys, it's literally just Dash Boys. Makes no sense. Oop. I messed it up. I can't tell if the camera zoomed all the way in or not now. Okay, we're good. Whoever's listening to this, you're like, wow, this Darshaun fella does not have his stuff put together. But I do sometimes. So we're gonna put the finishing touches on this video and then talk about the Dash Boys, like I said. And then I have topics to talk about. But to start with the pre-news, I guess I need to start with my week. I need to get back into how I was doing this formally. The week was good so far. It's actually, I'm recording this Sunday, because I try to post an episode every Sunday. I fell off for a month or so, but we're getting back into it now. I just needed a moment to, take a step back, reevaluate what my channel is going to be and such, and now we're here. And this video got 2 minutes left to process, but let me go to Google Keep and look at my topics. But yeah, the Dash Boys just released a new song, actually. It's called Logan Paul. And it's a must listen to. If anything, I'm gonna put it on real quick. We'll play a little snippet. So here you go. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
I am a savage. I'm not a maverick. Woo. Call me Logan Paul. I'm in the forest. I saw a dead bitch. I fucking filmed it.
Film.
Made $1 million. I'm on the forest. I am a savage.
Okay, that's all you get for now. You just get a little bit of the hook, okay? Brandon's verse and everything is pretty good. And if you watched or listened to the last episode, I actually had Brandon on. Eventually, I'll get Julian, the other half of the Dash Boys, who you heard right there. I'll get him on. But till then, we're going to go back to Dark Spaces. From their Intersection EP. You should definitely consider listening to it, because it slaps, my people. Completely slaps. Well, let me turn this down so you can hear me. So looking at my topics of videos I could talk about, these are pretty aggressive topics. I also have topics for like vlogs and other just like skits I want to make. Like I want to make a skit about like Gucci gum. Don't take my idea though. It's gonna be funny. So look alive. Now there was, I know what we're gonna talk about. There was a picture I screenshotted on my phone earlier today that I wanted to take a quick look at. There's a few different ones here. I screenshot quotes and stuff occasionally just to, post them back up and such, for like the daily doses of positivity and stuff. But I think we're just gonna utilize one of these for this video too. So we're gonna do this one. The concept here is stop doing too much for those that don't do nearly enough for you. Better known as the title of this video is Know Your Self-Worth, okay? And value your time. Now, obviously, this topic could be talked about for many hours, but I'm gonna find a way to condense this conversation talking point it down into something that is, 5 or 10 minutes, because, to be honest, I gotta get this video up in an hour, so yeah. It's definitely not gonna be up in an hour, so look alive for that. But back on topic though, know your self-worth. Do you know, as a human, your time is the most valuable thing you have? And it is true that once you give it or spend it, some would say, you'll never get that back. That's why you need to know your self-worth, and that's why you need to especially stop wasting your time in situations like this, because for it's okay to be there for people. It's okay to support them. It's okay to want to elevate someone to the next level, because if everyone did that, then we as a human race would be living. But sadly, we are not in a position to where we can universally do that as a race, because there's a lot of individualized problems and more systemic and just bigger than one person problems still going on. So as soon as we can get all of those in the bag, then we'll be able to adjust to more so like knowing one's self-worth. So that being said, I agree with this statement. The stop doing too much for those that don't do nearly enough for you. But at the same time, looking at this, being a young sociology major here, you got to look at this from a different perspective. You got to ask yourself the question, why does this person not reciprocate the same feelings and effort that I put forth for them? Now, some people genuinely just are out to use you, okay, people? That is a sad reality, but get ready to be used in life, okay? Because at the end of the day, we kind of big batteries and we big working machine tools, okay? Some people just type for a living. Some people build buildings. Some people draw the buildings other people build, Everyone does something, unless you get rich and you retire at 35, and then you just live off your assets and stuff, But that's a whole nother video. How to get rich 101 with Darshaun. Buying my first rental property in college. That's definitely a goal. But like I said, that's a whole different video. Okay, we speaking on some future plans here. So look alive. We out here trying to do big things in life. Because I did say once that I'm trying to retire when I'm 35, and I was like, that's not a bad idea. I might have to follow through on that. But going back to this, so looking at this from a different perspective, asking yourself, why is this person truly not reciprocating the same feelings and effort that I'm putting forth to them? Sometimes it's bigger than just they're like I went off on a tangent there. They're using me. Sometimes it's like, I don't know how to, or maybe that person is just so broken or damaged to where they are just not simply in a position to give back, Because that's what life is. Life is a giant relationship. It's a giant push-pull, yin and yang, It's a giant equilibrium, For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, Newton's third law. So, just know, in this case, you may not get that reaction for an extended amount of time, but I would say, and it's one of the reasons why I would disagree with this statement, that if you are feeling like you are capable of not receiving that same action or reaction back, that whatever you're giving out, if it's like life advice or just like financial support or just simply being there to talk to a person, and help them through a tough spot in their life, then I would say keep doing it, because for you personally, it may be worth it in the long run. I would say it's like investing in the stocks, or like I just had mentioned, real estate properties, you're not going to recoup all your funds off the rip, but it may be something that has great benefit for you in the long term. So, do your part. Go out of your way. This is the positivity hour. We talk about positive things. We talk about negative things. But when we talk about those negative things, we spin it in a positive way, okay? But this there's so much positivity flowing from this. The fact that like I'm energized. I'm surprised I've talked about this for however long I did, you know. And the only thing I would say to y'all, you know, whoever's watching, you know, is to go execute on this, you know. You know, don't be afraid to go meet a new person, you know. I mean, obviously with COVID, you know, you might have to put a little mask on or whatever, but like, don't be afraid to elbow bump someone. Be like, hey, you trying to make money moves with me in life? Do you need anything right now? Like, do you need some food? Like, some people just be hangry, okay? Maybe that's why they don't care about you. They just need a quick meal, you know? Not everyone is as privileged as you may be. Especially if you're watching this, you are way more privileged than a lot of people in the world. And you may not see it because you have a skewed perspective. And I would say to humble yourself, step outside your body. Maybe that'll be the next video about how I've helped some people do that. On a really side note, my glasses are so dirty. But yeah, back on topic here. Yeah, don't be afraid, because like life is too short, y'all. You know, like realistically speaking, like it's not long enough to be a hermit crab. You know, like there are definitely moments, and don't get it twisted. I'm a super outgoing extrovert. I'm lit. I'm a party person. I don't really party, but I go to the parties, you know. I'm a very like live person, but you know, there's two sides to every story, and I don't mind being a homebody too, you know. But like, hey, I go out. That's one thing I make sure to go out of my way for, because you know, you can learn a lot meeting new people. You know, with there being 7.5 billion or so human beings on this planet, you know, everyone has their own unique experience. So, don't be afraid to search that out, because those types of experiences are the ones that will help you grow as a human being. They will help you progress on in life, and will honestly just help you be like go Super Saiyan, you know, like Goku. And some Dragon Ball Z reference up in here, you know. So yeah, I think that's all I can squeeze out of this topic. Moving on from said topic, though, I'm not sure if you noticed, but like I kind of have a monotone voice. The funny thing is about this, like I feel like I'm being passionate about this topic, but you know, I occasionally watch these videos back and I just be listening to my voice, and it's like, you know, like I get a little bit, you know, like it's okay. You just gotta be unapologetically you. Ooh, hold on. I just figured out another point I can slash into the, you know, stop doing too much for those who don't do nearly enough for you. Back with, you know, being the super extrovert who's not afraid to go out and meet people. You know, when you do that, oh my goodness, folks, please don't be fake. If you do muster up the courage or whatever it is to go and like talk to these new people and communicate with these folk, you better be so unapologetically you that like there's no choice for that person but to like you and appreciate your presence, you know. And I can definitely say from personal experience that is a true thing, and it works. So don't be afraid, because I've met some people looking at me, they're like, oh, I would have never talked to a person like you, or I would have never even like went out of my way to interact with a person like you. Not because I'm black, but like just because like they're like, oh, well, what I've heard about you or what I've seen about you just didn't line up with what I'm hearing and seeing now. So don't be afraid to be you. Prove your haters wrong. And ooh, hold on, let me find this one quote. This literally was the Daily Dose of Positivity last night, right here. It's from Winston Churchill. It goes, you've got enemies? Good. That means you actually stood up for something in life. Okay? And I could definitely say I don't have enemies, but I feel like I got some people that, you know, look at me a little different, because I'm not afraid to stand up. And going back to the previous quote, you know, of not doing too much for those who don't do anything for you, don't be afraid to stand up. So a third perspective to the quote I just used right here, And for all the people viewing this, I will make sure to at least put all these quotes like on the screen at some point, you know, so you can read them. But don't be afraid to just stand up for what's right. And if you see something, say something. Especially relating back to the topics that were on my previous, not my previous, but on my video podcast idea list. A lot of these topics are very like racially oriented, and just everything that's going on in America right now, like the Confederacy, Donald Trump, Kanye West, you know, so simple stuff like that. Stuff that is super easy to unpack, yeah. But you know, just don't be afraid to. Well, no, what I was saying is see something, say something. You know, if you see something questionable, say something, because you never know what it will do for you. You know, and it'll eliminate some enemies, because some people will be like, wow, you have enough courage, you have enough respect to stand up for a person like me. But also you're going to realize that there are people in this world who are stuck in the past and will in fact make you an enemy in their eyes. But at the end of the day, we here on the Positivity Hour, and more so the Darshaun Smith YouTube channel and or podcast, you know, on various platforms, we call ourselves the Positivity Gang, and we love unconditionally all folk, no matter their background, race, ethnicity, or anything. Because at the end of the day, hey, if I cut my arm right here, you know what's coming out? Okay, maybe a little fat, but like, you know, just like blood. Okay, blood's coming out. Okay, and well, not this part. You know, there's actually muscle right there. Down here, though, down here, it's looking a little loose, but like I don't mind. If I'm happy with my body, you know, so I ain't trying to impress nobody. So we lit. Since the Dash Boys EP is almost over now, it means I'm getting towards the 20-minute recording mark. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you have appreciated this video, and maybe you've learned something. And if you have any comments or anything constructive to say, or not, because I like all criticism, feedback, and input, no matter how positive it is, because as I said before, we at the Positivity Hour and the Darshaun Smith YouTube channel can turn almost any situation into a positive one, because at the end of the day, that's what truly counts. You gotta live your best life, get the bread, because you're only given one. Your time here is sacred and it's limited. I could be gone tomorrow, you know, so I'm gonna die on a high note, as Playboy Cardi would say. We're gonna die lit, from his recent album. So on that note, thanks for tuning in to the Positivity Hour. It's been real. I'm your boy Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, otherwise known as Big D, exclusively on this podcast. So now, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, like, or dislike. You know, it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you're staying positive, my party people. It's been real. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and peace out. Yeah.